That's a good oh, the Maokai! Something we weren't really thinking of. And now they're still flexing, theoretically.
Yeah, probably is going to end up in the jungle. Not a ton of magic damage, but you know, there's enough there so that when you're not building any MR, you're going to feel it.
Yep. And whether they can deal with a Keen that could potentially run amok, unless he just straight up dies here.
He's a level and a half up. That's massive. They are looking to dive now.
Yep, Ona going to move in. Let's see what Keen can do. He's staying away from the walls, which is very important. Still, he's just dead. Carrier might be going down, but no. Ona picks up the aggro, and something that T1 are going to opt into at all. And Gen.G now have just that natural control of the bottom side because they have that.
Sense, a lot of ability to cut through some of these bulkier targets. You know, Ona, Doran, and Carrier will end up quite bulky, and to be honest, even Faker will be quite squishy. And I think the range issue is like some games it's hard to play the on-hit virus because you know you're outranged or you don't have a window really to auto-attack. But you know, everyone on the enemy team
Chains of Corruption gets the cleanse. And that is a really nice cocoon. Carrier taking a lot of damage. Lit on fire now as Duro's chasing after him. The burn, the repel is so good. As Cease and Desist comes down, Duro gonna have to flash over the wall and he will get himself out. Killer Instinct comes down and Canyon was lying in wait. He has to flash out, but Smash should be able to keep himself okay. But Owner is now in trouble. He's flashing over some. Keen able to sit in side lanes. And the fact that Ruler can farm from a decent amount of range. Like, you aren't the lethality virus, which does farm a little bit more quickly. But at least from range, or safely, I guess I should say. But still, I think that this composition 1-3-1's pretty comfortably if they would like to take that out.
Vision control completely in favor of T1.
Oh, Vault Breaker doesn't connect, but there's the Cease and Desist onto Duro, but he goes up into the sky. There's the Keeper's Verdict go. That gets rid of Ruler, and that means that a sitting Spider there will be taken down.
Gen.G able to set up for this Dragon. Duro comes back on the map, and...
Yep, that would be evened out feats of strength. So there that goes, Mountain Drake. He's played 182 games competitively. From the stats that I've found here is Duro is dead. In the sky, actually, as now Faker could be suffering the same fate. Chovy moves over, lands that Q as a Chaos Storm. I don't think going to be enough to deter them. Great flash, as the flash is invested there from Chovy as well. Rebinds the soul. Is that Doran just plays economy so well, right? He just doesn't have the resources. He just takes the abuse and finds a way to make it the least detrimental possible.
He's just a chill guy.
He is a chill guy, 100%. All right, and right now he's chilling, losing this feat of strength towards the bottom side. There is nothing he can really do about that, especially with 0 mana, as Chovy will get a knock-up onto Ona. The ulti going to be missing here as, oh dear! Don't know about that one. They do secure the Rift Herald, so that is a dead Elise once again. Flash forward, Chains of Corruption down, as oh dear, Smash gonna have to use the ulti and the flash to get himself out of there. Keeper's Verdict gonna be channeled, but Carrier not going to use it, and Smash gets out. Means that they win the kill trade, but once again lose out on the objective.
Yeah, I mean, Duro's just been having a bit of a rough one in this one, but seeing the barrel cosplay, trying to go for those high deaths. Chovy not had the best performance, honestly, missing a fair few off those kills. That not the typical thing we see. Hits one there, though. Yep,
gonna be able to land that Q as Keen's moving up. Carrier trying to defend his mid laner. Faker down extraordinarily low. Alcove gaming to come in as the flash goes forward from Keen, goes all out, and Faker is surviving. Phenomenal knockback there from Carrier, and Keen goes down. The unkillable Demon King himself.
He's been clean with it. Keen making a mistake there on the Keen Santin up with the find that Chovy's looking though. I think he has the kill.
There's a great knock-up, able to secure it with the Unbound Soul return damage.
You know, maybe that's it.
It's a game of just 1-for-1s all over the place. I mean, it's probably not saying it at the top of your screen right there, as the 6-3 is putting it in favor of T1, but it feels like these trades are so even.
Yeah, and they're going to see Dragon on the bot side coming out. We see Chovy doing a fair bit to Doran, but, you know, with the context of that last, it's resulted in him being ahead of the curve, and considering, you know, we talked about how they have to swap, the bot lane 2v2 was but also gone the Mikhails, which has a lot of value, but this is a squishy Poppy, and Chovy is 6 levels up. Oh,
well, there's the knock-up onto Doran. He can rebind that soul, but I don't know whether he can do it in time. He just explodes. And now, teleport coming in from Gen.G, but they're 4 versus 5. Yep, Grasping Root's going to be invested here as Keeper's Verdict coming down as well. Gets rid of Keen, and now Canyon going to have to try and push them away. He's relatively tanky, but maybe not tanky enough as Ruler standing his ground. The Chaos Storm is so much damage, and Smash dives in. Canyon trying to survive, but it's 2 kills for the Kai'Sa already, and the heroic charge into the turret. Keen goes down. Triple kill for this Kai'Sa, and Smash Yeah, I mean, he was down in CS. That doesn't matter even a little bit. 1.6k ahead, 7-0-1.
There's the payoff. You saw the play starting to turn in favor of T1, but when Smash flew in, he just decimated Gen.G. Now, Jovi's hovering, but I don't think there's much you can do here. He's trying something.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to back away. I think Gen.G making a mistake there. Obviously, Chovy overestimates his ability to tank that damage. And later now, Gen.G are hovering around Dragon, but T1 have the buff. This is dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Doran over here to the side, Carrier close to him as well, and Doran just dives in the engaged Jace. There's a Chaos Storm wreaking havoc, and Ruler is dead already. 2 of them sent home, but no one dead just yet. Chovy gonna be executed by this gigantic Kaiser. Kingsante, not enough against Smash, and Dura gonna have to flash to get out of the way. Ona chasing after him. As Faker, will he be able to land it? There it is, just a Q. Of course he can land that. That one's targeted. And Canyon running for the hills. Doran just going to make sure that he cannot contest this Dragon, and maybe he'll just kill him as well. The last man standing on the side of Gen.G, and that could be a clean ace if they killed him. They don't even need...
Remember, it was the first pick, and it is paying off for sure. T1 don't actually finish the Dragon. They're like, hey, we're just going to head straight to Baron. We'll take that. Canyon has no flash. Is there with the smite.
All right, Canyon
is not there with the smite anymore.
Not there with the smite. The smite is no longer an available thing. 2,000 health, T1 just being slow with it, as that piercing arrow not like the others.
And yeah, he doesn't do all the damage, but it results in him going down. And then Smash here.
Yep. Smash going out, kill unit.
And then also outplaying the Jace. They're in range to hit you, and that goes a lot better for them.
Well, Chovy could be in trouble here as he does dash back, avoids the Vault Breaker very nicely, gets a knock up onto Ona, but they're just going to continue the siege, and they may as well. Brambles coming on in, and it is going to lock down Ona. He gets Mikhail's there immediately as the ulti's going to catch out Carrier, so he's likely to go down. But Canyon finds himself pretty lonely at the front of this fight. Keen going to try and tank for him as Twisted Advance does bring the Jace forward, but he's not a target that you really want to be fighting. They need to try and kill Smash, who dives into the backline and looks for Ruler. He goes golden. Duro is so close to being okay, but Chovy's out of there. Cannot fight anymore. A 3 for 3. Honestly good for Gen.G, but they're not going to be able to keep their base alive.
They just can't take down Smash. Faker gets a mega Arcane Storm as well. 5-1-9 now in the victor, and Chovy with no ult. And just drop it. And now Carrier's going to have it again in like a few seconds. Just the pressure of threatening that on a Keen, tower taken, more gold.
Right now, Ruler
the way it's tagged. I was thinking, is he going?
Yeah, I know. Jonah Strong really making sure that we're on our toes here as, all right, not a lot of wind up there from Carrier, but just says goodbye, Kingsante. Down goes Chovy once again. Ruler trying to do his best here as they manage to take down Doran. He flashes over, but now he's out of the fight. Keen just trying to keep himself alive. And yeah, he goes all out, locks onto Smash here as best he can, but just pops like a balloon. Good night, Gen.G. All of them taking a little bit of a nap here. Duro and Ruler out of there. They may as well just not be participating. And T1 looking to end this game number 1 with a bang.
See if Gen.G can try and clear the wave, but with a super minion, I don't think it's going to be possible. T1 still have so much threat. Carry has flash. If Ruler miss positions, you can just get wall slammed.
Yeah, he has to make sure he stands as far back as possible. Gravity Well goes down. Carrier just trying to grab him. There's the flash heroic charge. That was gorgeous by Carrier. His Poppy clean as ever. And down goes the Nexus. But 13-0 for the young man Smash. Certainly looking still exceptional for the Aurora. But instead, he's going to go back to that Sion. I feel like Sion is a very Doran champion, but it was Zeus' tank. Like, that is the tank that Zeus played. So it feels very T1, this particular draft. Here, Teleport is immediately going to be invested by Keen. T1 still looking for it, though. It's going to be a 4 versus 3. Is the knockup going to be interrupted? Doran already tanking, but he's okay with doing that. They take first blood, and now Keen trying to get what he can done. Carrier still chasing after Keen. Duro left on his own underneath this turret. The rest of T1 holding. I feel like that's relatively valuable here for Keen.
Yeah, we're kind of get some adjusted lane assignments here from T1. Did end up picking up.
I do remember the same AD carry doing it to Faker, although he wasn't playing this champion, as Duro. That is not where you want to be standing. That's said Pigeon picking up a kill.
Anything. Yeah, so...
And you still get to queue afterwards.
Still get to queue afterwards.
It's like so much
Same
easier.
duration.
All right, Emperor's Divide's all over the place. Is now Chovy looking to try and make his way out of underneath the turret. Carrier turns up. Duro's here as well. That might give Chovy the opportunity to get in there. Faker once again has to flash. And that is going to be a successful gank there from Duro onto Chovy's lane. Nicely done. No Emperor's Divides left, as we can see in that mid lane.
Very funny moment. It kind of feels like in an anime or something. Stop it. Carrier fishing a bit with that ult, but doesn't find it now.
Yep. So Chovy, actually going to get a stop onto Carrier's recall. Duro in position as well as now Keen moving over Carrier. I think he knows that he's not going to stand too much of a chance here, as the ulti is going to be invested in Keen. Going to pay a visit to the Leona. It takes a little bit of time, but he gets there in the end. As now Faker with no flash, having to deal with Chovy. There's no ulti there as well. All he can do is try and shift some sands, but these sand soldiers are doing so much work. The chain lash not going to connect, and finally some buttons come off cooldown, and Chovy finishes off the pigeon. Solo kill for the man in the mid lane for Gen.G.
So the lane is coming up big for Gen.G. Chovy kind of waiting for cooldowns there. It was a little bit awkward.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like there was maybe a chance. But
he's like, give me a second, give me a second. Gets the rotation back, able to take him out. Dragon picked up by Gen.G.
W. All good. Cool, calm, and collected, and an Emperor's Divide. Going to get rid of him once again as the ulti comes down from Chovy. Faker going down so low. The double guards looking real crazy there as Ona does manage to take down Chovy in the end. Canyon trying to fight this one out as the train. That was not really the station he wanted. Duro going to try and get a knock up here, and Doran is pretty heavy, but he's not going to do a whole lot of damage. And in the meantime, Keen's still top lane, and so he's going to be able to grab a feat of strength, and Gen.G will get all of them.
Yeah, that was the first time we saw the Jax interact with Xin Zhao, and
oh dear. I think the Smash show is now starting as Featherstorm going to come down. We'll see if this Blade Caller can actually do anything at all. And in fact, it does a whole lot. True Shot Barrage gets the flash that Ruler still had somehow. And now Smash walking into the wall. He is very, very low. Duro goes in looking for Doran, but he's very tanky. Battle Dance will get himself out. The Q just barely misses. Needs a, and then you're like, oh, I guess I press E now.
Yeah.
And then he can't do anything. He can't even get out.
I mean,
so
look what he's doing.
It gets done.
The thing is,
yeah. This is back to live. And okay, ulti coming on down there as Canyon is going lower and lower. The Azir certainly takes care of him. And so Canyon maybe not as immortal as we thought. As Emperor's Divide going to connect. Faker thrown back towards Ruler as now Chovy 1 versus 3. Great knock up there from Duro as the Emperor's Divide almost manages to get this one done. But oh my god, Smash able to get out.
Far too ahead of themselves in that situation.
Well, that means 6 to deter the rest of T1. But now, with this Rift Herald making a visit to mid lane, that could be just
with Rakan.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of these champions.
So, Cloud Soul as well with Silas, how does it work? Do you get like a... Really? And they've both just got grasp stacks all over the place. Keen with a whole bunch
doing a little bit now. Oh, and then
look at that Soul Furnace shield.
So big.
The lane was so interactive, and now he's actually down to 50%. This is kind of getting real. And there's no turret. Does he have to turn into a train? That would be so sad if he had to turn into a train against just a bunny rabbit. There's the Q. That's going to try and buy him some space. But look at this. Continuing to walk. As, oh man, took a while. He flashed, and now it's 25 minutes for some reason as well.
Big nerf to T1, honestly. Oh no. You're like, I don't know if I want this to land. Oh, Ruler, this is so aggressive.
Whoa, what's he doing here? This is crazy. Well, Keen is going to find the angle. Ruler gets out of there. Carrier stunned up momentarily as Emperor's Divide throws Ruler away. He survives for a fair while. In fact, he's still alive. Ona gets over there, finishes the job. But honestly, why? Why was he there? The counter-strike was decent. Carrier going down so low. It's Duro that's able to lock him down. But now Chovy is missing. It's only Keen left for the damage. And Smash is up and available. And so now all of them are taking so much damage from Ona. Keen has to sacrifice himself. There's nothing he could do. And why, Ruler? That wasn't even the Ruler spot. He was even deeper.
I have no answers to the question. Just completely out of position. T1 pounce immediately. And just as we were talking about the ability to turn a game in any situation, Ruler gives them a bit of a freebie. The fight still somewhat close. Thornmail and an Ending Despair.
And then in the meantime, he's causing such a ruckus, keeping Smash so healthy. As Ruler, standing his ground here in this mid lane, does have that Bloodthirster as the cleanse comes down. The train gonna get the ulti out, at least. So that button not gonna be there. Faker looking for the angle where he can. But Doran tanking up for not a lot of value, and Keen keeping them all into position. I think Gen.G might be able to make something happen. Q not gonna land as Doran gets seen. Soulforge comes up. He is going to be all right. So Gen.G now over towards this Cloud Soul that they can get for themselves. And these T1 health bars are getting lower and lower. Flash in from Carrier, doesn't find any joy. And the train misses the station. The knockup is going to interrupt the queue as well. It's a bit of a disaster as Duro gets the quickness, finds the double knockup. And they will be able to take the soul point as well. Chovy finding some dash cannon value is now Keen dashing forward. Ona taken down solo as Canyon, darting in and out of the fight. They lose no one. Doran goes down, they get the soul. And the value's there for Gen.G.
Just feels like skill shots weren't connecting from T1. They were looking but wouldn't find it. And now everyone on Gen.G so mobile, so fast with that buff. It's going to be even harder to connect.
Oh,
fishing.
Yeah, he wants to find that huge Empress Divide angle. He finds it onto 2. Down goes Carrier, down goes Ona. And that should be a ticket to Baron. 10 seconds before he's going to be alive again. True shot barrage! That was close. Does get information as well there for Smash, so nicely done. Man, that was so exceedingly close.
Yeah, I mean, good smite from Canyon, but now, yeah, double buffs. Going to be so hard for T1 to deal with. And we see Carrier looks for the stun on a Chovy, doesn't quite find it. It kind of feels like a checkmate here.
I mean, they've got Exodia Plus, right? Like, of course they can't have true Exodia because Elder isn't up for another 4 minutes. But, I mean, they've got Otacon buff, they've got Cloud Soul, they have upgraded shoes, they have 6 grubs, they've got everything! As Keen is demonstrating what they're able to do with that, which is basically whatever they want. Crescent Guard, not guarding too much of anything at all, as Duro's going to take a quick trip home. Emperor's Divide throws Chovy underneath the turret as Canyon dives in. They take down Faker before he can react as Chovy's flash on top of Smash will be able to take him down. And remember, he cannot even dive. Blade Caller value! And we are going to 3 games. We're getting exactly what we wanted out of Gen.G versus T1 here in the LCK Cup. 1 Nexus turret remains. They've got Otacon buff, but they will not even need to really utilize it because the Nexus is just dead. And thankfully, Gen.G are able to buy us a 3rd game and more of this amazing. I liked it until these last 2, where it's like they moved to the edge of the cliff and they were teetering, and then they just said, we're going to send it, and launch themselves off.
I will say, if
Fear, man.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Exceptionally played. As, oh dear, Canyon's woes continue here. As Tempest going to come out there, not able to cripple Carrier, as Keen's going to move on over to defend his Lee Sin. He's just going to die. All right, Smite comes down as Carrier could be in trouble. Canyon gonna have to flash away as Carrier flashes to get the kill. He should be going down for it, but Keen might be sacrificing his life. Ghost not enough, and that's a kill to Smash. Absolute disaster for Gen.G.
I think T1 pretty okay with the situation. You know, Doran burns his flash. He's like, oh no, what if I get dove? Don't worry, Carrier is solo killing the enemy jungler. Killing.
And Ruler is going to be able to grab a kill himself.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
Great flash at the end there from Carrier to finish him off. He does go down, but then he feeds a kill to Smash, and now they're looking for the dive. This is 4 people. This is going to happen.
Yeah, Keen not feeling super good as the extended beam comes on through. It takes a little while there as Carrier tanks the turret really nicely. And T1 just
got to take it and be happy.
Yep, bit of a speed up there as well as Canyon. Just gets in there once again. Owner is going to smite it away. That's with Resonating Strike as well, as now Doran's coming down, and Canyon, I don't know whether he's getting out of this one, and by I don't know, I mean he's definitely not getting.
It's funny, especially considering, seeing Owner on a flank here.
Yeah, Chovy does get a bit of a fear, but doesn't want to get taunted. Canyon blocked there by the Warrior Trickster as Carrier getting taken down low, but Smash throws down the ulti. Duro in so much trouble, and Ruler throwing what autos he can, dodging a lot of these burst fights with a flash forward. The barrier, the hook goes wide, and down goes the Jinx. And there's no chance. That's the double, and Smash. Oh man, 3.
I think you always have to be very cautious into it.
Oh, there's the kick flash. The box goes down as Smash once again with the ulti. See whether the Gatling gun's enough, and it absolutely is. Shutdown goes to the Jinx.
Been buffed in this patch, so a lot of attack speed, a lot of AD, a lot of crit. An item has all 3, which is not really a thing anymore since they changed them.
Yep, Chovy actually coming towards the top side just to make sure that they defend.
Wave is potentially going to set up a kill, actually. Then they can go for dive if Doran sticks around.
Well, Canyon going to move on down here. Does have that kick back up. That gets the mini stun. That is going to be Flame Chompers, and my goodness, that is a very dead Rumble. Canyon almost dies, but doesn't quite. And so more plates, and actually second turret going to be going on over here as T1. They do manage to get the feats of strength this game. They're not that far ahead in the gold. Gen.G kind of holding onto it as, oh god, okay.
He's
well,
tank out, but he can if he's playing that safe. I will say, it's definitely within range. Feats aren't going to make that much of a difference.
Canyon going in onto Owner. They do manage to get the Cyclone as, oh, Carrier could be in trouble. King comes over, yeah, he's just dead. No wild growth is going to help him there, and it's actually Chovy that gets the kill. Ruler getting excited, Zap going wide. And Gen.G with control of the fight for now. Oh, another hook connecting! Duro, main character in this one. And there's the spiraling despair. It's another kill for Smash as the Udyr goes down. And Canyon, I think he'll win the Smite fight on this one, as he's the only one there.
I feel like we've had so long of Thresh just kind of being that Lantern bot. We had the W Max Thresh, which was a big thing for a while. Last time we really saw him in the meta. Duro is making the claim for the Q Max value, getting the hooks consistently. It's what you love to see, but I feel like it just hasn't been a thing for such a long time. It's so difficult to find picks on the back of Thresh because, you know, his Q is such a long wind-up, it's quite telegraphed. He's making it work.
He really is. This is a gorgeous play. I think the last time we saw Thresh be like so incredibly pivotal was Carrier. After that Q buff came in and Thresh for like a patch or two was just broken, Carrier really showed us that. So we're going to go back into live here as another hook is going to connect. That's another kill for Ruler. And, oh man, Duro, I think he's feeling better.
He's feeling better. He's redeeming himself for that Elise game, which a little bit brought a lot of tanks together. Well, tanks on the side of Gen.G get a lot of value. With the extra durability, if Gen.G get it and Chovy and Ruler are just that much harder to kill, it's going to be painful.
Not to mention if Faker gets it, and then he has that extra shield, and he'll be able to do about it. Faker, heroic entrance up and available as they back away from the Otacon. And just look to lock this one down. Cyclone not getting the most value ever as they dive on top of Ruler, smashing that backline. Ruler survives for a while. Smash as well is just diving on top of Chovy, takes down both of the carries. And Keen gets one, but it is all over for this fight. T1 matters into their own hands, and Smash comes in clutch.
Oda does his job perfectly. We need to engage, we need to get on the back line. He finds an angle, and Smash is there for the follow-up. Using Zeri perfectly, both carries go down. Team fight is yes, he absolutely is.
And you pseudo do have an engaged support, I guess, as Canyon was fishing for an opportunity there as another Cyclone comes down. Remember, Otacon buff means that they're just going to be sent home. Not too much more to worry about. Oh my goodness, they're kind of in the blender though. As one of them does go home, I'm pretty sure. No, never mind. Onto Keen.
The redemption value must. Oh, he's looking.
Yeah, Faker manages to get the Justice Punch onto Chovy, who takes the Lantern to get himself to relative safety. Zap connects on to Smash, as Canyon has to flash to get out of this equalizer that is shredding them. Doran just wanting to put them in the barbecue, and they're diving underneath the inner. They're all going to be taking a swift trip home, but it's a double for the Zeri. And so it's already kind of doomed. They managed to get Ruler as well, and that is precisely what they were looking for.
Yeah, now they got time on the map. Long spawn timers for Canyon and Ruler. They've got the Mountain Dragon to pick up. They have options. Because we get this initial play coming in. But look at Doran. So Doran ends up ulting, and look, he's about to flash. He's about to flash. Feared. So tragic. He was going to melt both Chovy and Canyon there, and it still goes well. But that fear from Chovy, I think it could have been game over if that fear had not come through.
I feel like that. I knew he was coming as Ona gets in there with the Cyclone right on top of Chovy as he takes the Lantern out. Keen tanking exactly like he wants to as he dives into the backline. Smash trying to replicate the play once again, and Chovy is so close to dead. Ruler is surviving this time, but Smash is getting underneath the enemy turret. They've used a bunch of cooldowns, and somehow Keen is still alive as he's running really quickly around this one. But it looks like T1 should be able to get back towards this dragon as it is spawning to try and lock that one down.
Gen.G pretty happy with that though. A lot of tools in from T1. Just all summoners from T1's bot lane. They survive. This is kind of...
Smash securing soul point here for T1. Really starts putting pressure on Gen.G as well, but I don't know. It's so dangerous as Chovy off to the side here. He's going to miss the fear onto Smash. And now Canyon has to kick him back, and there's the equalizer. Ruler now has to flash away as well as Owner is dashing forward. The extendo being so much damage onto Ruler, and he is out of the fight. The redemption helping the front line of Gen.G here. But 48 seconds until Chovy's back.
I feel like Smash is just ruthless. If he senses even a slight misposition, he is the player who will hunt for it, commit his flash to make it happen. He's bringing that challenge's aggression to the LCK, and he even catches Chovy off guard. Now, Doran looking.
Canyon, he's going to have to flash away from that one. The flash taunt from Faker as Ruler is dead once again! And T1, they weren't going to wait for it. Keen is now a beautiful little snowman, but he's also heading to the death chamber. More kills piled onto Smash as T1 will march up the mid lane, and the game, ladies and gentlemen, is done.
It's been a close series, so hard fought, but T1 as a unit, you know, we questioned how will they look with Doran. We saw Smash come in, who's looked fantastic, but as a team, as a unit, they're just making
the
it work.
Equalizer once again is doing beautiful things here as the spiraling despair is more what Chovy is feeling and not what T1 are feeling as they take down the Nexus and they secure first place in the group.